sure you have a few ideas up your sleeve.
I do. I think this is a simple one, quite frankly, to fix at least the All-Star game itself. And I present to you Espo's NBA All-Star Jam, the way we're going to do this. And the whole thing is simple. And let's go through kind of the rules and the way I'd set this up here. And we have a graphic for that as well to kind of go down it. It's a 2-on-2 tournament, 12 teams. So 24 players, 12 teams, single elimination. You play it on a smaller full court. You got to have full court. Half court's not going to work here. But you do it like anybody remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the basketball court they played on, which really was like, I think, 13 feet long. It was ridiculous. But you do that 2 halves, $5 million prize for each player that wins, plus $5 million to their favorite charities. The players choose the guys that should be considered all-stars. The fans choose what the 2-man rosters should be. I think this fixes it because it gives you something different. It gives you basketball in a way that we don't usually see it, but showcases some of the talent. I think this brings back the interest in it and spices things up, at least for a short time. I think you're always going to get to the place that we're at with this, and there's a lot of band-aids that make it interesting for a short period of time. But unless the players fully buy in, like Saul was talking about, you're always going to wind up back in this place. So you almost have to reinvent every handful of years to just keep it interesting. But I think going this way, I mean, so many of us grew up on that game in a certain age bracket that it'd be fun to watch 2-on-2 with that, especially since the game is now dunking and three-point shooting. And then there's the whole, what are the 2 guys you want to see on the same team? How does that work? What matchups do you want to see? I think it adds a little intrigue.
So is the idea behind the players voting for who the All-Stars are to re-incentivize them to want to be part of this?
Yeah, I think it changes it up. It removes I can't believe X was voted in by the fans for this. But then you let the fans pick the pairings, which then keeps them interested and having a say in it. So it changes the dynamic of what's going on. One of the biggest things is the complaints about fan voting that you still hear too. I think this eliminates that, at least in the who makes the game portion of it.
I was just gonna say I love the format. I think I would honestly maybe flop. Like I think you would just decide the All-Stars instead of the fans getting. I think they have 50% of the vote, and then the other 50 is split between media and players.
Yeah.
I think I would do a third for fan, media, and players, and then I would let, I don't know, either the fans picking the duos would be cool, or doing something of a draft with the players could be cool too.
Or what if the players just pair themselves up?
Right.
Like something like that.
Would be
so
fun.
They create their own teams. I mean, they could create their own team names and go that way where there's a little fun in that too, and they enjoy it. So it gives them a little bit more interest and ownership in doing some of it too.
I like that idea. I have a slight little twist.
Ooh, okay.
I think they should listen. Okay. I grew up in an era where there was 3-on-3 basketball tournaments all over the city. Multiple times a year out here on these streets. I ran these streets, but it was fun, right? And I saw some incredible players. Now, I'm not saying that they're NBA worthy or anything like that, but there is something to be said about, players playing out on the streets, playing at Rucker Park. It's just a different kind of game. I say we have it like in golf, like the US Open, and we have national qualifiers. And then you find the best 2 players in the entire country. And when said 2 make it all the way to the championship, they got to face these 2 randos from off the street, because those guys will be playing for $5 million. And that's life-changing money. All of a sudden, the stakes go up way higher for those 2. You think they're going to let LeBron have a breakaway? Hell no.
Well, is LeBron not going to play hard because he doesn't want to get punked by 2 randos? There becomes pride.
I disagree.
He doesn't want to get hurt, and he doesn't want to be the dick who
doesn't allow them to make $5 million.
Joe Schmoes from winning
$5 million. So they get $1 million apiece either way.
Would Michael Jordan give a shit?
No,
he would dominate the fuck out of those guys.
I could that personally.
Hell yeah.